Cold Summer interview, take one. So we just wrapped up Mental Health Awareness Month, and you closed out the month with the Cold Summer visual from, as you called it, the self-produced album of the year, GODFAWVA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to me a little bit about the inspiration of that song and where the messaging comes from.
The song is basically about, the moment after I lost my mother and where I went to, the place I went to mentally, which is definitely one of the darkest places I've ever been in my life. It took me a while to really even be able to verbalize what I was going through. I had to be able to come out of it to even talk about it. So aside from it being about the dark moments I went through, it talks about getting out of it and just looking at it from the other side. So I wrote some of the song when I was in it, like literally like a couple months after it happened. And then I wrote the song like in hindsight as well. And it's something my mother will be, it'll be 9 years in this July. I never can remember if it's July 25th or 26th, to be honest. Like
It gets a little blurry around that.
It gets blurry around that.
I understand.
But yeah, I know it was a couple days before my birthday, and then when I go look at her, just the memories start coming up and stuff like that, then I'll remember like, okay, it happened. But I believe it was on the 26th that she passed. Because she passed at like 4 a.m. in the morning. Oh. So that's why it's kind of blurry too, like what day it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that song is about the mental space I was in, the spiritual space I was in when all of that was going on. Looking at it from the other side.
The album drops to a lot of fanfare, right? And I think this track may not be as obviously about your mom as everybody's favorite Red Corvette. This one is the duality of what I've seen you experience around this time of year every year, right? So there's the seasonal depression that comes with it.
Yeah.
But I think you're learning to turn that into celebrating her life, which is more of a Red Corvette song.
Yeah, I think so. As time goes on, you get tired of being sad. You get tired of like going through this, and like, especially since like you never know when it's coming. Like I might get through the whole month and be fine, and then that last week or something, or that day of, or it might be in the beginning of the month, and I might be fine around it. So I never know when it's really gonna hit. You try to like gauge it, but it doesn't happen that way. So this time around with the release of this album and this song Cold Summer, like I think about the repurpose of the pain. You know what I'm saying? Repurposing it so that it doesn't take me over, but being able to share it in a way that like don't bring everybody down either, because you got people that's close to you that will listen to you when you're down. But I wanted to put it in a way that where whoever cares about me or likes my music or just, cares about me as a person can hear exactly what it's like for me without me having to say it all the time. If you really want to know what it's like and what I go through every July, up until the last day of July, which is my birthday, and a little bit after, you know what I'm saying, then this is the song that tells that story. You know what I'm saying? Usually get lit trying to forget July 2014 that left me numb like morphine. That's it. That's setting up the whole picture right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, every word, man, every word is just telling a story.
So let's talk about the title. So it's called Cold Summer.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people in that's a cultural title in and of itself, right? Like Cold Summer is something that's been in the hip hop stratosphere for a while.
Yeah, but we love puns and metaphors and stuff.
Right. And so, what does the title mean to you, and what did you want it to convey?
I just wanted to speak to the fact that like a lot of people go through like winter depression. They go through seasonal depression in the winter because it gets darker earlier, it's cold outside, it's less sun. It's a lot to it. And a lot of people go through their seasonal depression. And I don't have no number to really back that, but like I just feel like I more so hear people being more depressed in the winter and more happy and cheerful in the summer. You know what I'm saying? So the name Cold Summer is kind of like speaking to that more so than what like Cold Summer is usually traditionally rapped about or to, you know what I'm saying? It was really like, my winter depression is actually in the summer when niggas' toes is out and barbecues and niggas is outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I start getting in my feelings about shit, which is crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a summer baby. My birthday's July 31st. This has always traditionally been the most happiest time of my year, you know what I'm saying? And so there's this duality now where, like, yes, I'm still happy to celebrate my birthday, and yes, I'm still happy that it's summer and the weather's better and the sun is out, but dead smack in the middle of the summer is this curse or what have you that I gotta go through, and I gotta go through it every year since 2014. I even say in the song, it took 8 years just to write this. You know, at that time in 2022, that was, you know, I had started writing it in 2015 or 2014 when everything was happening. But I, you know, when I tried to lay it down before, I didn't want the song to sound like some type of, like, I don't know, I didn't, you know, I'm always like, if I do it, I don't want it to be corny. I don't want it to come off like I still want it to bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I like. That's something my mother would have wanted. Like, yo, it still gotta have that, like, if it's pain, it still gotta be that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I made the beat, I knew that was going in perfect because the beat is just so much soul in it, so much singing in it, the high pitch during the verses, it just spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, this is the production that these words need to go on. You know what I'm saying? It just matches up, man. That's how music happens for me. I tell people I don't really manufacture music. You know what I'm saying? I feel it, I do it, I am it, I be it. You know what I'm saying? So this was the perfect combination of production and words for me, Cold Summer.
If you listen to the Nature Boy catalog, the reality that you've lost your mother is laced in the music throughout your projects, right?
Yeah.
This album seems to be your most personal touches on that subject. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about the vulnerability of that and how that may impact others?
So I'll go off of like what people have told me about the album. Like, people feel like they know me a little better. People feel like, you know, I've had conversations. I've always kind of been the guy since I lost my mom that people come to when they lose a parent or lose somebody close to them, because they see me outwardly, because, you know, I'm still an artist this whole time. I'm still like in the public going through this stuff. And so people have seen me like turned up, partying, short-tempered. They've seen me at my worst and see me get to a better place that I am now. So this kind of put the story together. If you've seen flashes of it, this song along with this album puts everything in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Especially being able to tell it from where I am now. I feel like I've survived a lot. The hardest thing to really survive is yourself. Surviving depression, suicidal thoughts, indulging in substances, driving drunk. I speak on that, everything. Like, I survived all of that. So I'm able to speak on it in a way like, yo, I did that. And you might be going through that now, but you don't gotta stay there. You know what I'm saying? When you in it, you feel like there's no way out. There's no way I'm gonna get away from this. There's no way that this is gonna change. And that album and that song, Cold Summer, and everything on there is just like a testimony of like, you can get out of it. You will. Just take it a day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be on it. It might take years. It might take whatever. It might, you know, there's still things that I'm still going through to get out of. You know what I'm saying? That's what that song Cold Summer is about too. I said, like, every July I go through it. So it doesn't mean it's over. It just means like I'm able to speak better on it to help myself and others. So, you know, I said in the song, just one of my favorite lines, there's no testimony without testing. That's true. You can't tell your story unless you've been tested. You can't share your story to help others unless you've been through it to really speak on it. You know what I'm saying? We can read about shit all day. We can study shit all day, but experience is the best teacher. So, you know, that's what this album's about, the experience and putting it out there sonically and having it accompanied by just soulful samples and music that like fries on the track for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jay said, I can't see him coming down my eyes. I gotta make the song cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the samples do for me. But that that pain in it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, GODFAWVA self-produced album of the year. I'm standing by that. And yeah, cold summer, man. You know, anybody ever have any questions or anything like that about what they going through, I'm here to reach out to, because these days I only want to talk about real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why the music might seem like it's less fun and less this and that. I'm still having fun. I'm having a great time. I have children, everything, but like, you know, we black men, black people, creative people, I love them. You know what I'm saying? I love that demographic of people. So like, it's time for us to speak more on these things and have these conversations, and then not be so much gimmick around it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this to try to connect with y'all. This is just actually what niggas go through. So why not speak on that as opposed to like what we do to cope with it? The partying, the bitches, the this, everything you know hip hop for. A lot of things we speak on in a bragging way. We're telling you how we're coping with life, but nobody's speaking to the real shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that people understand that about this album and about this song, Cold Summer. Yeah.